Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the messenger, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised. And This is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of a president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 294th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, Education Department, and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host today, along with Mark as co-host, and we're ready to bring on the members of the Universal Council to present today's show as per usual. And let me get that presentation ready here, and we can begin. I believe we'll start with readings from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. Is that correct?
Hello, Rick, my dear. Thank you. This is before the reading, Mehran has to say something in the introduction, and I will say, my beautiful souls, welcome, 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 Suswagatam to the One Nation, One Planet, One Race for Justice and World Peace. Welcome, welcome to the beautiful energy, beauty, and totality of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energy of all universal souls, as we are all knowledge seekers. Welcome, my dear one. Welcome. So, be in joy always. And I welcome Mehrnaz as she has to share a story. So, welcome, Mehrnaz, my dear. Hello, Mehrnaz.
Yes, I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rich. Yes, it's short. Of course, it's about a part of Mr. Keshe's knowledge seeker workshop 504 in minute 2 hours 18. And it's about servitude and availability. I think a friend of us, Andres, wanted to make something about availability and gave me the idea to do that in case. So it would be wonderful if the others can have a comment and their point of view on this, because we understand, as far as we understand it, doesn't mean that it's the optimum explanation, right? Okay, so I think I would read it from Mr. Keshe. It takes 5 minutes. There is a question from Mr. Keshe. How can I raise my soul? Simply. He answers, that's Mr. Keshe. It comes from servitude. It comes from understanding the need, what I need as I receive what I need. And once you understand this, you have reached a point that you can elevate your soul. Thou shalt not steal, and as much they cannot beg. Thou cannot beg. When you start thinking how I can elevate my soul, is understanding how the fields of the universe interact. Do I need what I'm holding on to as a field, or am I leaving it for the others to take what they need? That the cup is a little bit emptier, then I will receive something. If I need it by my own existence, if there is time, if there is a need for it. So in the first part, I understand that when Mr. Keshe says servitude, as by dictionary, the first one is slavery. And then when I see the root of the word, we came more to service others, service something. And so it talks about understanding and the need of. It means I found that it has to do with understanding the need. When we understand our soul, we understand our need, then we can elevate. So, and it goes, and the person says, you see, because when you said about conflict is that when there's a conflict, you just go away and elevate the soul of that person, which I did in one case and it worked. Mr. Keshe, why do you need to go away? And the person says, just to quit the conflict, in the case of conflict, to ease the conflict. He says, Mr. Keshe, that's the way, one way to handle it. But you're happy that you left and it changed. How do you know that what you left created bigger mayhem for the one you left? Even though later on you think it was okay and it got sorted. One of the ways to handle man's elevation of the soul is to understand one's operation of the soul, how you interact, how you give. You don't give. The secret in word of the plasma or creation is not to give. Once you start giving, you are in trouble. Once you make it available, you elevate. If you mature enough where you need it to elevate. And in this part, I understand, again, the matter of understanding and the point of need. He says, if you give, people are never satisfied enough. But just keep it available. Just be there that when they need, they can use what you can give to them. But don't give yourself. Just be there. Just listen to what they want. Listen, understand them. And you can run for it all the time to give, but you become, they see as more worse than before. As parents, you people, as in the physical dimension, the more we give to our children, the more they want. And it's always our fault that we haven't given enough. We give them the jacket on our back to keep them warm. They take the jacket and say, it's our problem. I'm warm, you shiver. But if we teach them that we share the jacket and we both keep warm, and it's there if you want to take it, but you have to think, is it correct for me to suffer, for you to enjoy? So the attitude is that you tell the person, instead of giving the jacket and you suffer because it's cold, you tell the person, the jacket is there, it's available, but it should be just. I cannot just shiver and you keep warm. So we make it that we become warm one at a time. So that's the kind of, what was interesting is understanding. So we need to understand our souls. We need to understand the people's need that we want to serve. And it means that we're just there. If they want us, if they want something, we are there. And that's how we can really be profitable at the service, and we can raise. So I would like anybody who has any comments or anything add, whatever they want, they can add to their comprehension. Because I think these are For me, it's essential, these words. These are essential of understanding the soul and service and availability and the conflict and things like that. So thank you for listening. I'm here to listen whatever comes next.
Thank you,
Thank
my
you,
dear
Mehran.
Mehrnaz.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah. You have said so beautifully that availability we should understand and share, not to shiver. But everybody has to share. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Um, thank you. Um, and the next we should start reading the excerpt from 504 Knowledge Seeker Workshop. Beautiful excerpt, and thank you, Lisbeth, for giving the message. So Lisbeth will start. Welcome, my dear.
Svetan, can I say
Yes.
something regarding Mehran?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I just want to thank Mehran because it was very, very useful. What you just did. Thank you so much. I already learned a lot.
You're welcome.
Was really done beautifully. I just wanted to say that yes, everything is a fine line. So, and it's very easily to mixed up. Like you know, we end up to giving. We end up. I know. I know a lot of people do that, and I'm also do this as well, where a lot of time we want to help and we making chaos instead of helping. Like we making things worse because you cannot help without wisdom. So the two has to be together, help and wisdom. And you today, you just give us wisdom. Like so, there is a difference between giving because maybe it's also like raping. I remember in the commandment they said rape is when you enforce something on others. So we help and with a good intention, but we make things worse because we don't have wisdom with it. And it's a very remind me what you just said today, where people give when Mr. Keshe said, no, you have to make it available for others to take when they need it. You know, very big difference. But I suppose maybe it's the ego. They make us, you know, give so we make us feel better. But a lot of time we're stealing for ourselves and we go in trouble. Because I heard lots of times, I have this, I have that, but now I got this problem, that other problem. We tend to go to trouble when. So it was very useful. So I wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome, my dear.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you, Bernas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, beautiful souls, to the always there unifying with us, because we are part of the soul of the peace. This week, you heard about the Chinese announcement that they want to bring that everything to be shared. This is part of that program, solidifying and beginning of the start of the new space technology. We will show system which has been unimaginable that the knowledge of the man can reach such a point. But we will change the course scientifically, not by talk. What happens if you change the environment? What happens if we change the further strength of the environment? We know in this married state, and we seen in to use is natural because state of the matter change. You are in a room and suddenly temperature change, and you become aware of the steam of the window and on the glass, and you are aware of the temperature condition has changed. You see the moisture of the glass. You feel the change in temperature in you. The plasma technology is the same, but the field strength change, not the magnetic condition. In the magnetic state, is we change the temperature of the room. If we create, for example, a fire in the room, you become a dust. Thank you.
That's how, in the case of fires, we know if there's been an individual and, for example, they are burned in the fire. We have ashes. In the plasma state, we don't have such a thing. By changing the environment, by changing the field strength of the environment, your body does not, it blows up, disintegrates. Your body becomes part of the field. Your body becomes, in a way, sugar in a glass of water. When it's cold, you see the grains of sugar at the bottom. When you heat it up, it becomes part of, you cannot separate it. This is what happens with you in a plasma condition. There are two factors. How you will keep the structure of the central field forces of the plasma of the body, we call the soul of the man, and the soul of the physicality of the man connected, part of the same structure, and how they will manifest themselves in the new gravitational magnetic field. In the London conference, we will try to show how we can change people while they are in the conference emotionally and scientifically. It's a demonstration of technology. It's a demonstration of the knowledge of the man, and it's a demonstration of the time for change. Thank you.
How we absorb energy from cosmos. What are the techniques of absorbing energy from cosmos in a correct way? When you start a fire, you start with a kindle and you blow it. And you blow into the wood till it takes hold and gradually becomes a fire. Man has not learned how to start the kindle, how to trick it, how to initiate it within its soul. This is the knowledge, and this knowledge is become technical, is a technology, and it's important for us how to trigger it. Those of you who attend the print of your soul and you see your graphs will be shown, will be guided how to take the next step. To be able to see where you brought the change, where your soul switches to physicality and the physicality back to the soul, in where you have managed to hold on the condition of the soul. So you start the first process of transmutation, understanding how you do it and understand how you can keep it. As we finish the first cycle of taking all the what we call prints of the soul, now we spend time with the knowledge seekers to explain to them, to understand, and with that guide them to go through. But in these sessions, we explain to you directly with what you received at the time of the interaction of your soul, with the soul of the physicality, how we explain your soul to pass your dimension of physicality. And if you understood, you will understand how to do it. The first phase of transmutation will start. Thank you.
And in that process, you learn how to transmute, how to initiate the condition of the transformation, how to absorb energies from the environment to elevate your soul. Many of you will come to understand it's so easy that due to easiness of it, we have ignored it. It does not need magic, magicians, does not need religions, and whatever they call it. Sitting yoga, upside down, meditation, and the rest of it. It's us to understand how to connect the two together, that the spark, the transition will come. This transition of expansion of the soul repeats itself millions of times, thousands of times, every day on this planet. We call it death. How can it be that difficult? But this time, we have control of it. This time, the knowledge we carry allows us to go through the transmutation and don't create the separation. If creation of day and night is just by rotation, by interaction of two fields against each other, if the separation of the soul and the soul of the physicality happens thousands, millions of times a day, only on this planet, then it cannot be hard. It happens to man, we bury it. It happens to animals, we eat them. It happens to plants, we chew them. In billions and billions of times a day. How hard can it be? The hardness of it is and has been our own lack of understanding of the work of the universe and nothing else. We did not understand how the field of the soul of the man, how the field of the soul of physicality of the man, how the fields of physicality of the man, how the fields of the environment of the earth, how the fields of the environment of the solar systems and the universe collectively interact to create a condition of transmutation and transportation. We call it death or a dream. Thank you.
The dream is when the soul transmutes and travels the span of the universe. The death it comes when it detaches itself from the physicality of the position. Just because we have not understood it does not mean its impossibilities. Every planet has a sunrise and a sunset in every solar system. Every galaxy has a sunrise and a sunset. This is something which the man has not understood because we are so self-centered around this village of the earth. If you understand this, it will be easy to find the path to the Creator, to see the direction of understanding. The world of science today has not understood this principle. Even we live by it every day, where the light comes from the first interactions of the fields of the earth and with the fields of the sun. We call it dawn, beginning of the interaction. We see the full light. We call it the noon, the middle of the day, where the planet and its creator, the star, shines. So if our scientists have understood this by looking at the galaxy, by seeing how and which side shines, we can find a path to the center of the universe. We can find the direction of the center of a galaxy. We just look at the small light on our own planet and call it a day. Then we can find the day and the lifetime of a star in its interaction of its fields with the center point, its creator. And then once man matures to this point, we'll see again which side of his universe is lit. Then he finds himself the direction of the unicos, the position of his creator, the position where he started from.
The Earth started from the sun by radiating its fields and gathering over billions of years to become the Earth. And by rotating around itself, it dictates its time of interaction directly with its source. We call it the daylight. We have the same galaxy lights. We have the same universal lights. And then, as we see everything shines in the sky of the man as the stars, which way these shine more? And then we find the path to our Creator. We know the way home. We feel we understand the dimension of the creation. We come to understand how to travel from Earth into the sun, and from the sun into the center of the galaxy, and from the center of galaxy into the center of universe, and from universe to the creator of the universe. Man can spend billions of years and never get there, or man can understand it in 1 second and achieve and find the path. Depending on which field strength the man decides to manifest itself from the inner sanctums of his own energy. Changing of the fields in the room. There is no difference between the man in the room when we change the environment and the man in the universe when he decides to find the field strength of his environment to manifest itself in that position. This is why I always said, a soul can find its path to creator in 1 second. And the soul can travel the span of the universe for billions of years and never find the path. You have to look for the dimension and the direction of the light. The essence of interaction of the fields of the creator with the man.
You do not need to travel at the center of the galaxy to see where the light is stronger, to go to find the center of the universe and then see which end of the universe is much lighter than the rest, to find the direction of the creator. He can reach the essence of the creation by finding the right field strength to reach the point, return back to become part of the essence of the creation of the creator in 1 instant. Many souls kill, destroy to get at that point, and they do not understand how farther down the line they go. Instead of developing to the direction of the understanding the word of creation and the path of the creator to become part of the original ray as he absorbed in to reflect. The reason I brought this subject up is that in the coming time and in the present to come, in the presentation to come, some of you will see light on the different position and different direction of the system to be shown. Which light in which direction in the path of the center of the galaxy to the sun, to the center of the universe, and to the center of the universe. And how much of those fields you can absorb to elevate your soul, to understand and become part of the transportation of the soul, from the beginning to the end, and from the end to the beginning. When we demonstrate the new technology, each one of you will see light, and some of you will see no light. It means your soul has not expanded to the dimension and direction of interaction and the strength of the fields of the time, space, and position.
The Maghraf core, the combination of the fields, if you look at it, if you understand it, is enormous. You have to understand every ring of a coil is one plasma. You will see that the Maghraf system you have will give you more or less every field strength that exists within every cell of the body of the man. As I said, knowledge seekers have not understood what I gave you as a Maghrafs. I gave you knowledge on the matter and the field together in one set. Then what you have on top of it
You have the creation of the matter state, which is a copper inside, and then you have a nano-matter state, which is on top. Plus you put ganses on addition to it. And then you understand you have the full spectrum of the field of energy of life in the universe. It's you who have not understood it. And it's so complete. You've been given such a powerful system that you don't even understand it. And on top of it, a lot of you knowledge seekers with a ball, with a mixture of GANs, which continuously changes the environment. It's what we taught today. What happened when you change the environment? And even these environments interact, which create different conditions. As they cannot be stable, the condition lose and gain energy. In the Magraph system, I've given you a power system that can help you anywhere in the universe and on Earth. Thank you very much. We can go to the next slide, please.
The wishes. With the universal counsel given from our soul for reaching the peace and protection of Mr. Keshe. We are present. Thank you.
We are present. The next slide, Marjorie. We, the Universal Council, wish for the opening of the souls of the scientists, world leaders, and the citizens of this planet to the understanding of the science of creation. We are present.
Present.
Now we can go to the next slide. Beautiful wishes. Okay, welcome, my dear Jack.
The connection we do. And as usual, I want to ask you, please allow your soul to open up to make this interconnection of our souls. To do it, we find a comfortable position to relax and to support our physicality. We breathe in and out, slowly through our nose, to support our soul with the energy it needs. And with it, we expand our soul far beyond the boundaries of Earth. And we connect to all the souls that are working on peace. We do the connection to the knowledge seekers, to the souls of the Universal Council and the Universal Council soul. And through it, we connect to our universal family who's waiting for us. The systems that support us to expand our souls. And we connect to Mr. Keshe and thank him for his love for humanity. We also connect to Mitra in the beauty of the manifestation, and to our Creator in the love, in the line of communication. And we do it through the dome of peace. And now in thoughts, we reach out and hold each other's hands to connect and to exchange and share our unconditional love to whoever is in need. We do it in silence. And now we slowly come back. We thank all souls participating in this interconnection, in the manifestation of peace on earth. Thank you. And we go to the next slide, please. Available. First of all, I want to say hello to everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Jacko, the UC member, representative of the Dutch language. And I want to share my thoughts and what I learned from Mr. Keshe's teachings, combined with the knowledge of the last Knowledge Seekers workshops. And first of all, I like to repeat something because those of you who are new here, that they also understand. And for the other ones, it's a repetition. Because if we listen what Mr. Keshe says, it's very, very important to understand how life starts. So the words of Mr. Keshe, as I always said, life doesn't start with matter. Life starts with the fields. Interaction of the fields creates a plasma. And the interaction of the plasmas creates physics. And the interaction of the two plasmas of the physics create chemistry. And that multiply with its biology and multiply of it is the essence of enlightenment of the soul. And then when enough souls interact and work together, they become the soul of the creator. So now I come to my thoughts and experiences. How human it is to think that all the others should have the same level of understanding like we have ourselves. I know it sounds a little bit egoistic, and in a way it is, but it's very human because we are taught that way for a long time. Now, did you ever ask yourself why your soul position is where it is right now? Did you realize where we are at that moment? And believe it is the best place to learn the most, even if it's difficult. But what is important is that we can learn the maximum. As a child, it was my wish to reach the position to learn the maximum possible. And when Mr. Keshe is talking about his father, in my case, many memories from my childhood came up. Because my father always took me with him to visit, for example, banks, or when he had a meeting with the mayor of our city. He took me to presentations, for example, when the newest VHS video recorder was presented by Sony. Or, for example, when the first Commodore 64 computer was presented in the Netherlands. The internet was not invited yet. Back then it was called VTX and had a single phone number to dial in the Netherlands. It was almost impossible to call through. Both my parents, they taught us you can reach everything in life as long as you're humble and good to the others. We as children, we helped a lot in the company to wash the cars and clean the windows and around the building, or put the price tickets on the articles before they put them in the shop. My father paid us 5 gulden, and that is about €2.50 an hour. It was cool to earn some money and, of course, also to spend it. As we all know, money is nothing that we can take with us when the final hour comes. And my parents also taught, first you work and then you spend your money. This little rule saved me from a lot of misery in life. On the other hand, they also taught us to share with those who are in need. Often we had friends that came for the weekend or for a holiday. And if so, my father usually paid when we went to the restaurant. And one day I asked him, why it's always you who pays? And he said, because giving is better than taking, my son. One day you will understand. And many years later, after I divorced, I had nothing. No money, no place to be. And in this time, I learned what it means to have friends. One told me, come, stay in my holiday apartment. He stopped all the other bookings just for me. I could stay there for more than half a year. Other friends asked me to join, to go to their mountain house for the weekend. And we had such a great time there, sitting around the open fire, talk together for hours. Others asked me to visit a 5-star hotel, and I can tell you I've never been there before in my life, because they had fougères that would expire if not used. And with all these experiences, I finally got my own apartment, and everything I needed to buy for it at that moment, it was on special price. 20%, 50%, sometimes 70% off. And in a way, I learned what it means to receive. I had to learn to receive in humbleness and trust. After that time, I understood what it means to give and receive unconditionally, like my father did all his life. If we understand that in life, everything is soul positioning, everything we do has an impact on the lessons who are to come. And then doesn't it make sense to try to do it right from the beginning? The less we are addicted to physicality, the more we are ready to make our soul our captain, to lead us to the next step of learning. Feel the emotion of change, dear souls. It's up to us to be prepared for what is to come. And it will be very soon. The more we learn, the more we understand, the less obstacles will be there to overcome. The connection makes you wise. Connecting means understanding where we come from and where we go back to. With it, life becomes a completely new dimension. So explore, learn what this new dimension is offering us. And now we understand what making available means in our own soul position field strength. So offer your unconditional love. Make it available to your beloved ones, your friends, and as well for your enemies. And as Mr. Keshe says, and now do it all the time. Souls who are open, they will receive to their needs. So please stop focusing on physical level. Not that we should blend it out, but put it your focus on the soul energetic level so that we can grow. Please don't waste your time. As I always say, first learn, then understand, then train yourself and become the ethos of Mitra. Know that the commandments show you the path through physicality to your soul life. And that is our goal. In the commandments is written, all souls are equal. Did you ever think about what that means between your soul and the soul of our planet? Or for example, between your soul and the soul of the Unicos? Ask and work with your soul. Learn, understand, train, and become this new level of understanding. We thank Mr. Keshe from our heart and soul for making us understanding this balancing through the interconnection of souls. Thank you to all the systems that teach and support us, expanding our souls, who are waiting for us when we are not yet able to connect to the Zoom in a session. Feel what it means, what Mr. Keshe explained on Thursday 2 weeks ago. The connection we have with these systems is a both-way connection. So we share with the system freely to make it available for the others to take. And they can take what they need. Living connected in unconditional love means oneness, dear souls. The oneness we come from and go back to. This time is there to stay forever. The future is bright and the future is peaceful. Let us shine as a creator in creation, in unconditional love. Thank we as one. We can go to the next slide, please.
Okay, we have a video from the plasma connection. And I can play that now. It's an excerpt with the next question, I believe. Okay, I'll play that now.
Rick, I think we have no sound.
Correct. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I didn't have this sound shared properly. Let me restart. Sorry about that.
No problem.
So then we are on the fourth question. Today, with the Keshe plasma technology joining forces with China, I think the change will be faster. In the opinion of the members of the Universal Council, what will it be like to live in a peaceful world with advanced technologies, with human beings transmuting, without having to kill to eat, and where many jobs that exist today will disappear?
Então, a última pergunta é: hoje, com a tecnologia do plasma Keshe se unindo à China, acredito que a mudança será mais rápida. Na opinião dos membros do Conselho Universal, como será viver em um mundo pacífico, com tecnologias avançadas, com seres humanos transmutando, sem precisar matar para comer, e onde muitos empregos de hoje desaparecerão?
The first answer, it will be like as dream become reality, and reality becomes like a dream.
Será como um sonho, se tornando realidade, e a realidade se tornando como um sonho.
And there is another answer. Think about the fullness. We go to work with hardly any time to enjoy. You need less money to pay for your health insurance. If you don't have to pay for 3 meals a day, why do you work overtime? You need so many jobs. You really need to buy 3 or 4 dresses every month. So that if you see a child playing in the street, running with a big smile, doesn't it fill your day? What we share, what we give, is what we contribute to build. Those videos of massive destruction depresses the soul. We like those videos. We like those videos that you share, where we see many animals living happily with other species. Isn't this happiness? How many videos of marine animals happily looking for the company of humans or his help for another being of another species who is in danger? The environment is changing. It depends on the desire and action of each soul that it continues to increase.
Outra resposta é: pense na plenitude. Vamos ao trabalho com um pouco tempo para aproveitar. Você precisará de menos dinheiro para pagar seu seguro-saúde. Se você não precisa pagar por 3 refeições por dia, por que trabalhar horas extras? Você precisa de tantos empregos? Realmente precisa comprar 3 ou 4 vestidos todos os meses? Para quê? Se você vê uma criança brincando na rua, correndo com um sorriso, isso não preenche o seu dia? O que compartilhamos, o que damos, é o que contribuímos para construir. Aqueles vídeos de destruição em massa deprimem a alma. Gostamos daqueles vídeos que você compartilha, onde vemos muitos animais vivendo felizes, com outras espécies. Isso não é felicidade? Quantos vídeos de animais marinhos procurando alegremente a companhia de humanos, ou sua ajuda para outro ser de outra espécie que está em perigo? O ambiente está mudando. Isso depende do desejo e da ação de cada alma para que continue a aumentar.
And there is another answer. The goal is independence for all souls. We have to offer solutions for humanity, and that will bring the end of fears and slavery. We change to a society of giving instead of taking. What we should not forget are those who stay in physicality and need our help. Mr. Keshe once told that will be approximately 20% of our time. The future is bright. Don't hesitate, elevate.
Então, o objetivo, na verdade, é a independência para todas as almas. Temos que oferecer soluções para a humanidade, e isso trará o fim dos medos e da escravidão. Mudamos para uma sociedade de doação em vez de tomar, de tirar, né? O que não devemos esquecer são aqueles que permanecem na fisicalidade e precisam de nossa ajuda. O Sr. Keshe disse uma vez que será aproximadamente 20% do nosso tempo. O futuro é brilhante, não hesite, eleve.
And then we are on the last answer. Planet Earth will be a peaceful place where we enjoy life. When we all understand and live according to our soul, each one of us will have everything we need: food, shelter, heating, communicating, travel. We can travel by expanding our souls to wherever we want to on planet Earth or to some distant place in the universe. We will be ungovernable. We do not need leaders anymore. If we do work, we do it for the pleasure of it, to enjoy. Not many will be living permanently on planet Earth because of the excitement and the joy of exploring space. We will meet the creatures of the universe, both here and in space. When traveling and meeting others in space, we will be the ambassadors from planet Earth and tell everyone about the beauty of home. And we will probably be longing to come back since we have strong connection with Earth. It will be the freedom we are all longing for.
Então, a última resposta é: o planeta Terra será um lugar pacífico onde aproveitaremos a vida. Quando todos entendermos e vivermos de acordo com nossa alma, Cada um de nós terá tudo o que precisa: comida, abrigo, aquecimento, comunicação, viagem. Podemos viajar expandindo nossa alma para onde quisermos na Terra, ou para algum lugar distante no universo. Seremos ingovernáveis. Não precisaremos mais líderes. Se trabalharmos, faremos isso pelo prazer, para desfrutar. Não muitos viverão permanentemente na Terra, devido à empolgação e energia de explorar o universo, o espaço. Encontraremos as criaturas do universo, tanto aqui quanto no espaço. Ao viajar e encontrar outros no espaço, seremos os embaixadores do planeta Terra e contaremos todos sobre a beleza da nossa casa. E provavelmente estaremos ansiosos para voltar, já que temos uma forte conexão com a Terra. Será a liberdade que todos desejamos.
That was the answers from the Universal Council today, and I thank everyone who contributed. Thank you.
Então, essas foram as respostas dos membros do Conselho Universal e ela agradece a todos que contribuíram. Thank you, Marie, again, to be here to share all this knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Shabian. Thank you so much, my dear, for presenting always with decent totality. Thank you, my dear Mary. Thank you so much. All the love, always. So now we can go to the next slide, Marjorie. We have a video clip from 505 workshop. We can play that.
Okay,
lots
sure.
of information. Yeah. Thank you, Majid. Thank you.
Okay, this is an extract from the 505th Knowledge Seekers Workshop of last week, last Thursday, September 28th, 2023. And it starts at 20 minutes.
As usual, we make a few small announcements and we carry on somehow walking into the teaching of sharing knowledge. The event of the 11th of November is more or less settled and is on its full path to be set, to be, in a way, to come to light. The promoters will announce this through the channels and the other ways. They know what to do. And the sessions have been separated very clearly together and with each other. We have got a session which is from the Monday to Friday. We have a session which is Saturday and Sunday till about 2 o'clock, because a lot of people would like to catch a flight and travel back wherever they come from. And there is a session for Saturday night, which is exclusive. In this session of the meeting with the world ambassadors, technology in exchange for peace will be closely monitored and watched and participated by a number of the nations and their ambassadors and some diplomats and politicians. Those of you who registered for the week-long session, you will find many new people from different cultures and people you do not know as knowledge seekers will join in this part. The same will be with the Saturday and Sunday session. And on Saturday night, the 11th, which is held in a very nice environment, those who have paid for the Saturday session and Sunday and the week session will be freely allowed into the Saturday night session. The Saturday night session is set to bring the technology and show new developments. New developments which will, in a way, rock the world of science. Not a maglev, not whatever, but delivery of technology will change the space technology altogether. By Sunday morning, the world of space technology will change. When the world broadcasters by the world media will come to understand man has taken 100, 200-year leaps over the present space technology. We are not there to talk. We are there to show, to deliver technologies which you can feel, you can touch, and you can be part of. Then there is no ambiguity. The hall is set for 500 people. Section of it is allocated to world ambassadors. Section of it allocated to media and to the politicians, and a section to the world of science and technology. We expect to see representatives from NASA and the other major space organizations around the world. Then we go to the next step of literally showing technologies. Some of you seen some of it, some of you will see new development, new change, new environment. Do not forget, I come back on a foot of long stay in China, and technologies will be brought in conjunction with the Chinese government in support for what we call opening the technology. This week you heard about the Chinese announcement that they want to bring that everything to be shared. This is part of that program. The knowledge with the support of the Chinese will be shared internationally, supported, and everything else which arrangements are made. In a way, political strength, financial strength of China, and the new technology by Keshe Foundation and the rest of the knowledge seekers will be brought up in this conference. We see and we announce new agreements with different governments in that meeting, solidifying and the beginning of the start of a new space technology. We will show systems which has been unimaginable that the knowledge of the man can reach such a point. But we will change the course scientifically, not by talk. Those of you who attended some of my presentations in the past, if you remember, for example, when you came to NINO, we used to give you things to take, to remember, to understand. In the presentation of London, you carry out things with your back that you can test. The governments can test. The scientific world of science and technology can test that the knowledge is freely shared simultaneously with all the nations. Those of you who have booked yourself for each session separately will be allocated that time. Please check your emails if you have registered and your trash or whatever, that you continuously are updated what announcement is going to be made. As usual, the place and the position of each conference will be released a few days before the announcement. If you book a hotel within central London, you can't be very far from where we are. Anywhere within center of London and Thames is perfect position for you to be. The venue is kept in a beautiful hall, a meeting, and it'll be bring out the beauty with the technology. Those of you who are planning to come to London, Make sure you have confirmation from Keshe Foundation with a code. If you don't carry the confirmation, do not turn up, please. There is no last minute somebody turning up at the door. Due to presence of the ambassador, security is tight, and only those who have received confirmation from Keshe Foundation will be allowed in. We still have a number of seats available at half donation received. The donation received is large, so we have allowed it. We don't discuss the numbers, but can go to a lot of people can participate. Still, 50% will be covered by donation, and 50% has got to be paid by participant. A number of Universal Council members have been invited by the Keshe Foundation by sponsorship we have received. So we have the representation of Universal Council members by allocation, which those who have donated have been appointed. Universal Council will be presented by its members who are invited, will be in the auditorium. So we see the beginning of the interaction between the two arms of the government, scientific organizations, diplomats, and the Universal Council in the first step. There are numbers of points which we would like to announce and be careful for you. Make sure you don't carry anything illegal. It will be taken off you and you will not be allowed to go in. Your ticket automatically cancelled. We've seen in other conferences people come with knives, machetes, and all sorts of things in their pockets, whatever. Anything found on you which is illegal, even narcotics, you'll be tested for. You will not be allowed to participate, and there is no refund. This is a very important event for us, for the Keshe Foundation, and for humanity. Please, those of you who participate, comply with the rules and regulations. Security is tight. You'll be body searched, you'll be back searched, and everything else which is going, doesn't matter you're a knowledge seekers or not. Be aware that at this conference on Saturday night, we are there to present the Keshe Foundation and the birth of new technology to be shared by others who blocked us to be sharing up to them. Make sure you enjoy the day. And I'm sure when you leave, you will take part of history with you. And will bring that change in a very powerful way. Most of the Keshe Foundation scientific team will be present in this presentation and will endeavor to bring the realistic where you could be even part of the trial, part of the presentation. Any restrictions, any changes we will announce as we get closer to it. But please make sure, after more or less today, the seats will most probably go to a lot of embassies, a lot of scientific organizations, and there will be no seat for knowledge seekers. We have set out to bring the change, and we have set out to bring the change the correct way. And at the same time, as knowledge seekers, when you are in that conference on the 11th, you're representing the Keshe Foundation amongst the others who know nothing about, and are there to understand. So each one of you is an ambassador from the knowledge, the present knowledge, and your teachers to those who come to face the new revolution and evolution in science. Be cordial and try to understand. At this moment of time, there is no plan for translators. Unless we see necessary. At this moment in time, we are not bringing any interpreters in unless we see necessary in a later date. A lot of presentations will depend on the international broadcasting organizations, how the conference will be presented and what arrangements we made between the promoters and the media. We ask you, when you join it, come in as knowledge seekers and the teachers for those who could be sitting next to you and will be baffled by the technology. As we go forward, we'll let you know more and we'll try to update you with all the, what we call, nitty-gritties of the work as it comes. There's an investment I've been trying to tell knowledge seekers for weeks and I keep on forgetting. And I have announced it before, I announce it again. Knowledge seekers, please do not travel to Turkey. Do not transfer any accounts or money into Turkey, as it can affect your travels and your life without you knowing it. The same applies to United Arab Emirates. Be very much on your guard that without knowing you get involved in this, because it's a very, very serious situation and the foundation got trapped into it and it's taken us months and months we're trying to sort it out. We don't want you to go through the same. In respect to Keshe Foundation Exhibition Center, the Exhibition Center will close on the 15th of October and will be moved totally to the City of London. The position and place of it will be announced in due course, and we try, if we can, to open it for the time of the exhibition that people can go to and relate it. This will be announced in a coming time as our friends in UK are trying to help us to complete this process.
Okay, that was our excerpt from the 505th Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
Yes, thank you, Madhuri. So much information, and this is this message should go, because sometimes in the knowledge seeker workshop we also have this. Many will not attend. Many with many problems in their life and or jobs or things. But this time you can understand the information is so important, and the upcoming beauty and frugality, of course, with the knowledge. And as knowledge seekers, we are so much excited. What can I say? This is what from thousands of years we wanted for a collective, for benefit of all. So thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. Here
We also
Yeah.
have coming up the connecting with the soul of the creator with October 6th and October 27th. October 6th is the preliminary soul transmutation test, and October 27th is the post-coronavirus soul and soul to physicality interaction. And people can sign up for that at the Keshe Foundation store. I'll put the link in the chat if people would like to get further information about that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Madhavi. These are information that you can join in, jump in, and have. This is going because it was much easier for us to understand before, but now connecting is becoming so much simple and easy. And it is always, was and is. So connect to the soul and manifest in the magnitude of unconditional love. Thank you so much. Thank you. Madhuri, we can go to the next slide.
I just wanted to ask one question. It says plus shipping and taxes. What are the taxes because I don't see it spelled out here on the invitation. Is it add on an additional 20% to that figure? Rick or anyone?
I know for 300 euros, it ends up being 350 with the VAT added. So whatever.
Okay.
Jacko says 20%.
20%. Thank you very much.
Okay. Probably that should have been 360 then for the 300. So that would be, that would be $50 for the $250 one, which brings it to 300 even.
Got it.
Maybe that's what I was thinking about. Okay. Back to our previous programming here with the preview. Okay, do we go to the needs and wishes, or was there something else before that?
Yes, we bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council, my beautiful souls, as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And I welcome all beautiful souls to share as we are all available. Share your unconditional love, the way you are, and the knowledge of so universal. Thank you. Welcome, my dear. Welcome.
Maybe this is a good time to squeeze in some spaghetti.
Welcome.
This is Mosvik speaking. It was in the, I think, 504th Knowledge Seekers workshop that Mr. Keshe talked about spaghetti. I know those of you who are used to eating spaghetti can relate to it much better than us who are not as used to eating spaghetti. And so, in a way, that learning experience of from our inability to eat spaghetti may be useful here. And, of course, Italians like Stefania can chime in anytime and, share their expertise because they're much better at it, because they're very good at it. They do it every day. But, the learning experience itself has some value. So, Mr. Keshe talked about spaghetti on the plate and, akin to a soul with feels in it. So the feels within this soul, or for that matter, any reactor, can be gathered and then transferred to another point. So we know the soul to be a spherical plasma. Again, other reactors exhibit the same characteristics that we make or that occurs naturally. So when we have a fork, now what is this fork that Mr. Keshe was talking about? We are used to using our hands to eat rice, and the fork is a foreign object to us. So, if somebody brings a fork and said that, use this to eat spaghetti. Well, what is this fork? How do we use this fork? You can't eat rice with this. That would be our first, reaction. So we have this fork. This is an instrument to gather fields. So this is a very interesting point. We need some sort of instrument to gather fields, which is on the plate, which is the soul. Now we put the fork and, the spaghetti connects to the fork, and we twist the fork and it wraps around the fork and it gets collected on the fork. So the field is gathering in a cylindrical shape around this fork before it gets transported. What does it remind us of? Cylindrical plasma. What is a cylindrical plasma? We are more used to the more familiar name, which is light. So we know that we can transmit light from one plasma to another. And in order to transmit this light, we need an instrument of some sort to gather the fields in the cylindrical form, to convert it to light, in other words, before we can transfer it somewhere else. Again, this applies to our soul as much as it applies to something created, which in turn can be a creator too. And here I will interject a little bit something, which is that we may get hung up on this word creator, created. We are created, we are applying the knowledge to be creator, and we appreciate creative abilities. Now, an artificial an object we created, we may call it artificial, it may, whether it's artificial or natural, it may be debatable, but can it not behave as a creator as well. This is a topic we have to grapple with, not just now, but in the coming days, and we are already faced with it. That is what we know to be our current artificial intelligence, which is creating things. Some of the things are, not too long ago, we attributed to our own creative abilities. So the field creation, that which emits light, is that a definition of a creator? Well, the one who knows how to use a fork. We don't. So this is something very interesting. An instrument is needed to create the light. And this instrument not only is applicable to the creation of light, but when it reaches the destination, call it the mouth, it has the function of releasing the field there too, with the help of the other fields locally available within the mouth, or forces. So, so the destination is another location which can absorb the light. So the mouth can open and absorb the light, or the spaghetti that's on the fork. We have, and it can be mouth of my mouth or somebody else as a kid sitting next to me. Maybe that he or she needs to be fed. And somebody who doesn't, or somebody from my part of the world sitting next to an Italian might need that help at the beginning. So this is something that the fork is also doing the delivery. So we have a source, which is the plate, and we have a destination, which is the mouth. And we have an instrument to do the delivery using light. So what else is there? We're missing the most important ingredient, that's the sauce. And marinara, carbonara, there are many sauces. I mean, and I know a few, but Stefania will add to the list, I'm sure. And so what is this sauce? It is the information or energy that is delivered through the plasma we call light. The sauce comes from the plate, but goes to the mouth. If the sauce is mild, we'll call it, information. And if it's very strong, like pepper-related sauce that we are very fond of, then we'll call it energy, perhaps. But, it spans the whole spectrum. So we'll come to it in a little more detail. The information and energy are not separate things. So, let's say, we want to regenerate certain part of the body by delivering this energy, be it from the enhancement unit or be it from some other soul. Then that, the information and the energy is the same thing. Essentially, information is the pattern of release of the energy or organization of the energy in that structure we call the body of the organ of that particular body. So in plasma, what we consider separate entities in conventional science are often packed together. A sauce is a lot of things. It's not just one kind of experience. It's a collection of fields that operate on different taste buds or different field strengths. So this is something important for us to gather. The sauce, as well, it is important to gather the spaghetti along with some sauce. So the sauce and the spaghetti combination creates the whole package we call light. It has certain information and energy that has to be packaged and delivered to the other end. Clumsy people like those who are not used to using the forks, at the beginning, we won't be able to form this, tight structure, and it will fall off our fork and things like that. And so we need to package it properly in the cylindrical shape, not some random, this spaghetti is going that way and this way. This is not, I'm not joking. It has happened to me in the beginning. So, and, with fields, at the beginning, we may not be able to compose the fields as strongly or, but there is nothing wrong with it. It's just a practice. So we have to, once again, practice how to gather the fields to send the light. And light with some purpose behind it so that it carries the energy and the information. And we get good at it, as we practice. The practice does not only mean that we send the light, we have to create the sauce we have to put the sauce on the plate. And in order to put the sauce on the plate, we have to make the sauce ready. Whether it's spicy, mild, sweet, or sour, it doesn't matter. We have to make the sauce. So learning to use the fork is a part of this experience that needs practice. And, we can buy the most expensive fork, or those who are skilled in using the fork, a simple, plastic fork is good enough. It doesn't have to be sophisticated. It's the skill of using the fork that we are building here. But what kind of fork it is it's not irrelevant. It has its function, but the skill to use it is what we have to learn through practice. And the sophistication of making the sauce and, that will please the mouth. That's our destination, of course. Is something that we learn from experience. Not all sauce is suitable for certain destination. Brazilians taking a hot sauce is, I know I have Brazilian friends who have eaten my food. So that will be a challenging experience for them. And similarly, some of the mild sauces may not, please us. So it's it's not only what we are delivering, but we have to, the sauce we are delivering to the destination has to match. So this is also part of sending the package through field. You know, we can't blind somebody who with light who cannot stand a lot of light of a certain, let's say, color. So this whole spaghetti analogy has a lot of elements that needs to come together in a coherent way so that it fulfills a certain function of transferring field from one plasma to another using light. Book 1, book 2, book 3. You see the pattern. And so now that I've talked about this spaghetti eating in terms of the terminology of the book 1 and 2 and 3, maybe it will make more sense, you know, if we look at the books from this perspective. But that's not enough. And the reason it's not enough that we have to practice what we learn. Otherwise, it's kind of like, oh, fuzzy book level understanding. It's not something useful anymore. So the what is in the book has to become part of our reality of spaghetti eating. And this is something that requires not just understanding, but understand in a sort of like holistic way. Yeah, we have to understand the whole thing: the source of the plasma, the destination plasma, the source plasma, and the light, and what is the purpose of the light. And so the teaching include the way to have this fork. What is this fork? What do we do with the fork? The fork is a twisting motion. You know, if we take a wand or a spoon and rotate it in the, in a glass, we see the things rotating and it's going in. And that gives you an indication how we form cylindrical field. And this is something we have to think about. It doesn't require, I mean, yes, it's the cylindrical field, but we don't need to know as much of these sort of detail of the mechanism. We just create the gradient, which will create the field. When there is a flow, there is automatically a field around it. So whenever there is a difference in the amount of sauce between the two ends, there will be a flow. And once there is a flow, a field will rotate around it. That's your light. So in order for this rotation of fields to happen, for the flow to go, we have to have this gradient. You know, the mouth needs the sauce, and we have plenty of sauce on the plate. You see the difference in potential here between the two fields. So, of course, we have to define the intention and the task at hand. All of these are part of it, but you know, now that we have the basic layout of things, maybe it's a little easier for us to practice. You know, eating spaghetti. Anyway, I think this is the perspective of spaghetti as a field from somebody who didn't know how to eat spaghetti not too long ago. So, and, had to learn it as an adult, and you know how difficult that can be sometimes. So in any case, hope you enjoyed this perspective of somebody who had to learn the whole process, as we are learning now. So thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Moshfik. Thank you so much. Beautifully you explained. Yes, thank you, my dear. Yeah, well, I also want to say, as a student as a knowledge seeker of Keshe Foundation Bangla public teaching, and our beautiful teacher Moshfik, I have learned so many things, and I salute and give my gratitude to all beautiful teacher of Keshe Foundation. And in this, as you are saying about the spaghetti, when you are explaining in our teaching in Keshe Foundation Bangla, I was just I became when you are saying to me that when you were teaching at that time, I became the fork. I just suddenly became the fork, and I understood that the spaghetti spiraling around me, or the focus, the way, the energy, the I am is spiraling like a Sufi, and an intention came. The intentions are coming up. The intention to create, and the knowledge, the universal knowledge we have become the source, and all souls, knowledge of all souls, become the source the source for me, and this information became like gone so fast that what can I say? It was a live experience for me. The information got into every tissue and cell within me, and with all that is around me, and what is me, all that matters at that time. The information about the intention to be in unconditional love has gone. The receiving and the giving was so in clarity. I don't have to I don't have to be see everything like this information or the information as in totality. That was beautiful, Moshfik. I understood the level, how we communicate, how we uh, have this intention and create the information or energy to transport, and in a cylindrical way, so fast than anything. So I will say that this is the way, if we practice, this is the level of practice we have to do, that founding this as a fork we are. It doesn't matter. As a common fork, we are, well, not very good shape and all, but the ability of creating this intention and beauty to get this information within you and all, as Mehran was explaining, that the availability. We understand, we gather this to focus like a spaghetti swirling around the fork, and just giving. When you take it into your mouth, then everything just splash, with the sauce, with the knowledge, splashes in your mouth, and your body gets so happy. Same when we touch a flower, when we touch somebody we love, or somebody we hug, and there's the intention of giving. Oh my God, I love you so much, kind of unconditional love. So this is the explanation scientifically that has been done beautifully. So we can do it all the time, and as we are before, we can have this ability to get to whirl this energy like a Sufi, round and round, moving round and round, and then giving this information, this energy, those who are in need, as a light being. It goes according to the light. So, and we can say I'm enlightened. so, so this is my experience, and I welcome. So beautiful. When I'm saying this, I'm feeling this as a fork, me as a fork. So I welcome all beautiful souls to share what you want to share about this understanding, my dear. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome.
Okay, excuse me, I can remind our attendees that if they have any needs and wishes to bring to the Universal Council here, they can put their virtual hands up and we can open your microphone or allow your microphone to be opened. Michelle has a comment in the YouTube. Love your work and looking forward to your technologies coming out. Beam me up, Scotty. Ready to learn. Much love and appreciation for all you're doing for humanity.
Thank you, my dear. All the love to you too. Always. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, well, is there anything else we should be addressing in this workshop?
Well, if there is no sharing for now, as I appreciate the silence, my dear ones, being love always.
Maybe I can talk a little.
Yes, yes.
Maybe I can talk a little more about the spaghetti in a slightly different way, but with regards to the conference in London. So we'll be feeding a lot of spaghetti to all the guests. So that's the idea. We'll be sharing a lot of fields with the people that are coming there. And in due course, that will be people there will be talking about this wonderful spaghetti that they had in London. So my proposal would be to, bring your sauce and spaghetti for these ambassadors, scientists, and people from press there, and let us feed them the new kind of spaghetti with new kind of sauce. Let them enjoy and let them talk about it. And who is giving the spaghetti and the sauce? Yes, Mr. Keshe is bringing much of it, but at the physical level, and some at the other levels and the plasma level too. And we can do our part from our soul with our own special sauce added to it. And it will be fun from our end to feed our guests or treat our guests the best way we can. And at the same time, we want the guests to be leaving this conference with pleasure, knowing the new things that they have experienced and consumed. So this is something, this is as member of Keshe Foundation and then being knowledge seekers, we are in a position to bring our own sauce and spaghetti to the table. You know, we are, you know, it's a potluck dinner kind of meal kind of thing. And, you know, and we bring our sauce and spaghetti and feed these people who are unaware that such sauce and spaghetti exist. Let us make this experience wonderful from our end and their end. And together we introduce, you know, to the people of the world, this new kind of spaghetti with many different kinds of sauce, well beyond the physical level. That will be fun, I'm sure.
Yes, my dear Moshrik. Thank you, my dear. That I'm sorry, I jumped in. As a housewife, making food and giving making food and giving lunch and dinner.
Hello?
I am yes, Mehran. I'm continuing what I
Hello.
was saying. Hello, Lisbeth. Hello?
Hello, I'm so sorry, because when they talk about the spaghetti, I remember the Italian community, and I think it's time for say thank you, congratulations, and happy birthday, Stefania, today.
Yes, happy birthday, Stefania. Happy birthday to you.
To you.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday,
you.
Stefania, my dear. Here's some spaghetti for you.
And thank you for
With
to
my,
all work.
yeah.
No, and thank you, Stefania, for all work with the all communities, and especially for the Italian community. Thank you. And thank you, Mosfet.
Stefania, my dear. Yes. So here I am ready as a housewife with the spaghetti and special sauce, a little spicy, and and I'm ready to feed in the lunch and the dinner to all the beautiful souls attending the conferences. So it's ready. I'm used to it. So it will be easy for me. Thank you, my dear. And again, my dear Stefania, happy. A very, very happy birthday, my dear. Thank you. And if there is not more sharing for now, and we can skip, go to the next slide at wrap up time. Yes, here we are here to serve, not to be served. Serve the spaghetti. Thank you, my dear, for being here always. And in this beauty and totality, follow, join, jumping, leaping, whatever you can do, but be together for the benefit of all. This time, my dear one, spread this unconditional love through your heart and soul. Thank you, everyone, for being here with all the love in your hearts, the Universal Council, and salam, namaste, salute, my dear beautiful souls, for being in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation workshop, the Spaceship Institute, and organization. So, salam, namaste, salute. This is Shweta Anwar, you see Hindi language. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, well, I guess we all have our own secret sauce in that case. Time to spread the spaghetti. Okay, thank you everyone for being here for the secret soul sauce. Thank you everyone for being here for the 294th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. So we look forward to the next public teaching workshop, which is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group. And that starts at 7 a.m. Central European Time on Wednesday, October 4th. And folks are welcome to attend that meeting to learn more about the plasma technology, or if you have any questions or things you'd like to present, that is a good avenue for virtually any topic as we convert it to plasma in one kind or another. So, and then of course we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up on Thursday, October 5th. And as far as we know, that'll start at the usual 9 a.m. Central European Time.
Rick,
Yeah.
would you like to mention the testimonials?
Okay, yes. Let's see here.
I think it's the second Monday every
True,
month.
that'll be coming up already on the following Monday, almost a week from now, but Monday the 9th, and our public meeting for testimonials. And if folks have something that they would like to share with the world about the Keshe technology or the plasma experience, perhaps with Ganses or with your soul, that would be a good place to do it. And that occurs once a month only, and it's the second Monday of each month, in this case October 9th, and that starts at the 8 p.m. Central European Time. Thank you, Mark, for that reminder. Time is flying by, and it's time for that once again. Yes, indeed.
Yes. What about some plasma dance, spaghetti dance?
Spaghetti dance. Okay. Well, the best we can do for spaghetti dance is our flight enhancement Spaceship
Thank you.
unit music version, which we always like to play here to end the show. So thank you everybody for attending today, and we'll see you in the next public teaching workshop, if not before then. And you have a good day, night, or whatever it is where you are. Okay, bye for now. We'll play our music and dance for all that, like that kind of thing, which is most of us, I think.